Hello everybody and welcome back to the Stuff That I Like channel. My name's Chris and I'm coming back at you again today with another video. This time we're going to be looking at my EDC survival kit. This is the kit that goes into my EDC bag every day and is dedicated for more of a survival outlook, or this is the things in my bag that are dedicated for survival. I wanted them to be all in one place, so if I'm in my car, if I'm walking somewhere, whatever the case may be, and I need these items, I know that they are in this kit. So this is the Maxpedition Mini Organizer. I started out with the Maxpedition Edc Organizer, which for my purposes was too big to put in my bag, essentially. It was just bulking up my bag quite a bit. I have a sling pack that I've done a review on. The Outdoor Master Sling is what I'm carrying at the moment. And really it was just there was no good place for it to fit in there. This, on the other hand, is quite a bit smaller. I believe it's like 6x4 or something like that. I'll put the dimensions and a link in the description to Amazon. But I was lucky enough to go to a store called Going Gear in Atlanta. I was traveling to Atlanta for work, and I was able to look at all the Maxpedition organizers side by side, which I had not done in person before because there are no Maxpedition dealers that I know of in the Cincinnati area. So I was happy to do that because I was able to kind of test out a couple sizes, and this size was great. So I'm going to put it this way. You can see I have it all loaded out. It is full. It is kind of rock hard. You have the MOLLE here. I know everyone who's probably watching this video has seen a million of these, so let's get into what I have inside. This right here is a little bit of duct tape. Black duct tape wrapped around a credit card, or a half of a credit card, so everyone has probably seen that. I think there's a good couple feet of duct tape on there, and I'm going to leave that in there for now because it's a little challenge to get out on the fly. So let's open it up and lay it out. As you can see, these zippers work really well considering this thing is packed pretty much full. So there we have it, my EDC survival kit. This is by no means complete, by no means perfect, of course, but it is what I have and what I'm comfortable with. So a couple different things here. First and foremost, let's start over here and look at the Schrade knife. This is a very inexpensive knife. Again, I will put the link with the exact names in the description. This you can get online for probably 15 or 20 bucks. It's got a nice blade. It's serrated and flat edge, liner lock. It's got the seatbelt cutter feature and a window breaker feature. I have a more reliable window breaker, the Rescue Me window breaker that has the spring-loaded punch in my car, but this, you never know when that may not be accessible, so this acts as a little redundancy there. So that's the Schrade blade. Got that from Aria. I think I only spent $15 or something on that. Right here I have a nail file and a little cutter thing. I found these to be useful for a number of things. These are not high-class, high-quality items by any means, but sometimes I use them for my nails. Sometimes they come in handy for other things. So I have a number of zip ties in here. I think this is 6 or 7 zip ties. I have them kind of folded up inside. Trying to figure out really the best way to store these guys. They will fold and then kind of go back straight when you need them to, but not super nice zip ties. These are kind of cheapies, but I don't plan to use these to restrain anyone or anything like that. I use them more for fixing things, and other times where these things just come in handy. So car work especially is one area where zip ties tend to be useful. Here I have the Leatherman Rev. The Rev, I had this in my original EDC video. I'm going to do an updated EDC video in the next week or so because things have changed a little bit over the past month. as I've really upgraded a couple items. I upgraded to another Leatherman that had a pair of scissors on it. This one does not have scissors. So I really, for the same size and nearly the same price, I really like the scissor option, as well as the spring-loaded plier option on the Sidekick, I believe it is, or it's either the Sidekick or the Sidekick's brother, I can't remember. I will do it in my EDC video. But this, the Leatherman Rev, this is very inexpensive. It does have flathead and Phillips on this side. Pull those out. Nice flathead and Phillips, and then on the other side you have your kind of the three that Leatherman has been putting in many of their tools. Can opener with like a wire stripper, file, and this kind of box cutter feature, which works pretty well. The needle nose on the Rev are a little stubby compared to the other Leathermans that I have. It's like they took them and there's like another 1/4 of an inch that's milled out on the nicer Leathermans, so it just has a little more of a needle nose. These do not have that. What these do have are higher quality cutters. These cutters are not removable in any way, but they do actually fully overlap, and you can feel a little resistance when you close this right there, because they on the other Leatherman that I have, they only come to like right there. They don't fully close. So these, they overlap fully, and you can cut wire with that pretty easily. So that is the Leatherman Rev. Let's move on. You can see that's the slots I have. If anyone's ever had one of these Maxpedition organizers, you know that if you fill the back slots, these front slots, you got to find some really thin items to put in there. So you have to be a little strategic about how you want to lay these guys out. On the little keeper here, I have a couple of paper clips. I always find paper clips to be useful for a number of things, and I've already used a couple of them actually since I've had this bag. Here I have a little bit of some rubber bands and these are old school pipe cleaners that my fiance had laying around for a craft project, and I can't bring myself to spend $10 on some gear ties from Night Eyes, so I've just used these to bind some cords. Usually if they're not super heavy duty cords for electronics, these things will do that. So I've got 5 or 6 of them that I've cut into like 2-inch or 3-inch lengths, and they're wrapped around some rubber bands, because I also find rubber bands to be quite useful. Let's see what else I have in here. I have a little cleaning cloth, microfiber kind of thing, and then I believe, oh yes, I have a couple of water purification tablets wrapped up here in kind of waterproof container, and I have in here 6 of the portable agua, and I have a little note in here that I believe says 2 tabs for 1 quart, so I know if I ever do need to use these, that 2 tablets are good for about 1 quart of water. And typically I have a water bottle on me in some way, shape, or form, and if it's not on me, it's not that difficult to find a place to gather water. I don't know if I'll ever need these. I suppose, I presume that I won't, but hey, that's what a prepared prepper kit's all about, right? Moving on, the trusty Bic lighter in ridiculous hot green. So that's a nice thing per usual. I have a pen and a Sharpie here sharing a slot. This is just a regular old pen and a regular old black Sharpie. So everyone knows what that's about. This is a light that I had laying around for a little while. Oh, sorry about that. This is a mag light. I know mag lights have kind of fallen out of favor with some folks, but I think this is a pretty darn good light. It's LED. It is, let me see if I can get this to zoom properly here. There we go. It's LED, mag light, mini mag lights. I think, and it uses AAA batteries, as you can see there. One reason why I really wanted this light to be in this kit is because AAA batteries are what I use in my other lights, my other EDC lights. So I like for them all to be the same battery types, and this just kind of twists, and as you know, old school mag lights do, you continue to twist it to kind of get it to focus in, and it's just one mode, but it's a bright light, and it fits really nicely into this kit because it's a proper length and it's slim. So I like the mag light. I don't know if mag lights have kind of gotten a bad rap lately. Here I have a little wind of Paracord 550 cord. This is you know, just something you can get from any old REI or whatever the store may be, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I think this is close to H10 feet. I didn't really measure it out, but this is long enough to do some serious work with if I need to. And I've just wrapped it as tight as I can so I can get it back in. I originally wanted it in one of these slots, which I maybe could fit it in, but since I couldn't get it in there easily, I kind of tucked it in this pocket, which on the right side of this mini organizer is a full-length pocket. I have not really found anything that makes a huge amount of sense to put in there, except if you wanted to, you can put a little 5x3 right in the rain. I think this is a 5x3. Oh, look, here we go, right here. Yeah, that's a 5x3. You can see the 4 inches with a 1/2 inch on top and 1/2 inch on bottom. So this case is probably more like 7x4 in all reality. So this is the bright yellow right in the rain pad. This came in a 3-pack. It is really nice. I just got this, so I have not written in it yet, but it has kind of a ruled and a grid line there, so you can do, presumably if you needed to draw a map or do something like that, you could use some of the gridded lines as well as the ruled lines. It's got the ruler on the back, as you saw, and these are just universally loved by folks in the EDC community. And I believe that is it. Impressions on this organizer are, as one might expect, positive. This thing is heavy duty. It is made with like the 1000D Cordura or whatever fabric Maxpedition uses. These little piping areas here are really heavy duty, hardcore. I mean, this, especially where these meet the bands, this is like really tough here. And it's true that when you get this, I mean, I sat and worked it like, before I put anything in it, I just gave it a few of these because these elastic bands, people on YouTube videos make them look so easy, and I think after a while they will tend to loosen up, but these are very substantial pieces of elastic, so it's not easy to get these things filled out, which is a good thing because things aren't sliding around, but I did want to loosen it up a little bit. Excuse me, I bumped the camera, but I wanted to loosen it up a little bit and get it kind of worked in so I can get things in and out in a little easier fashion. So that is my EDC survival kit in the Maxpedition Mini Organizer. And just for a size comparison, I will pull in here, I'm getting ready to load this out as my kind of water and fire kit. This is the Maxpedition EDC Organizer. And as you can see, that's the quote-unquote EDC, and that's the Mini. So it's hard to really tell. Let me pick up the camera here and show you. These are substantially different. I mean, the EDC is probably a good inch or two taller and an inch or two wider. So this one just was not fitting in my EDC bag as well as I liked. So I went with the smaller, and I am very glad that I got this. And now I can always use this one in my bug out bag. I'm gonna do like a first grab kit, maybe like a fire, water, medical, just like if for some reason I had to drop everything, if I couldn't grab the go bag, if I had to leave the go bag and come back, I would at least have like my all-in-one mini survival kit within a survival kit kind of thing. So that's coming soon, so stay on the lookout for that. But this just for a size comparison, you see the how the EDC organizer compares to the Maxpedition Mini Organizer. All right, that's it. This is the Stuff That I Like channel. Please do a like, do a share, and until next time.